Another verse for imitators and copycats to learn the words precise where you can sloppy at. You can't kick it quite like the you can. Any fan in the stand can tell whose rhymes you ran. Man, the word is same. Verse is identical. Wanna be down, but you ain't pinnacle. Trouble like you, so my knob is slobbing. 31 flavors like Baskin and Robin. The you trained by draining brains, and the only remain is blood stains. Havoc, homicide, rappers are mummified. You tried but lost your pride. Now you're running high, you trapped in a maze. There's no escape route. Guilty of theft, so you left as a death mute. You caught my feet, but when I stepped, you left there. With tears in your eyes, but I don't care. Nothing you can do, now you're down and desperate. Next time, you know I ain't the one to mess with. So keep this in mind before you move. Yo, you is smooth.
Yo, you tell them how you living, G.
Sitting in my dressing room with a star on the door. The crowd is waiting for the show to be raw. News reporters is voting me. Fans anticipating. It's almost showtime. So keep waiting. 2 minutes left, now you're watching the clock. Counting every second till the last tick-tock. Now the spotlight shines. The curtains go up, you're like a volcano, daddy, you erupt. I jitterbop on stage and grab the mic with a tight grip. I carry a tool for any fool who might flip. Cause when I'm in effect, pandemonium breaks loose. That's how I did it, I tell you it takes juice. No other brother can touch you, I'm too smooth. And that's word the mama do. All raps I write is up to par. I started out at the bottom, now I live like a star. I'm talking flicks and autographs, saunas and bubble baths. Producers and managers talking me like psychopaths. Everything is real, so what's the move? And remember, you is smooth.
You tell something to the DJ, man.
K's a dot. His headphones, a stethoscope. Music's a medicine, scratch your soul, death is dope. You will agree, KC is nasty. So check out the cut and knowledge how fast
he said Sheldon wanted to check in. Was good, baby.
Yo, what's going on, Sheldon?
And we started up real soon, man. Like 5 minutes after the joint go up.
Copy.
I'm like Simon, so listen. Simon said, come in dancing, and I'ma keep rhyming as long as it's the top, I'll still go. My brain's equipped with more volts than Wilco. So plug up the mic, if it works, I'll work it. And can you kill the cut to the mixer short circuit? Cause everything is real, so what's the move? And remember, the you is smooth.
You kick the last verse, let's get out of here, man.
Yeah, bread. It's almost showtime. And I'ma turn it out in no time. So park your ride, maintain your stride, pay your $10 to get inside. They say it's too much, don't worry, it's worth it. No mistakes, everything's perfect. Heads to a call me. The crowd is packed in like sardines. Security's tight for those who came to fight. I'll jump on each jump and try to spoil my night. Cause I got plans for girls on the dance floor. Niggas wanna know what IU stands for. The I for in there, used for untouchable. And that shit you pop is just a fungible. Everything is real, so bust a move. And remember, the you is smooth.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of In the Loop Sports. I am your host, B Live. I'm joined here with my boy Ace, and we also got DJ Shuttle on the check-in. Yes, sir. It's going to be a great show that we got lined up for you guys. We're going to be speaking about a couple of things. First, we're going to talk about the NBA logo change. If you guys agree with Kyrie Irving on that, we also going to speak about the NBA All-Star snubs, the 2021 snubs. Also, I'm going to be speaking about boxing. We're going to speak about that boy CANELO Alvarez. He's fighting tomorrow. The #1 pound-for-pound person in the sport is coming on, and we definitely going to get into that. All right, but first, we'd like to start off every single episode with how the week went. So I'm going to start it off with you, Ace. How was your week, big brother?
My week was cool, man. You know what I mean? Yesterday was my birthday, you know,
Yes,
so
sir.
we celebrated that. Good. It was blessed to see another year. You know what I mean?
Yes,
that was definitely a beautiful thing. And I got that second dose of that vaccine shot today. You know, arm a little sore, but I'm not feeling the symptoms yet. You know, it's been about 12 hours since I had the shot. So I'm feeling all right for now. You know what I mean? I'm just keep on keeping on. You know what I mean? Pray that I don't get some symptoms. Because I hear everybody getting crazy symptoms like chills, fevers, you know, crazy temperatures. And I work in the hospital, so I know a lot of people took the shot. So I'm hoping I'll get them symptoms. Right now, like I said, I'm all right for now. Just a little arm is sore, but I'm all right for now. You know what I mean? I'm all right for school, you know?
Since you on ground one of everything, I got to ask you to break it down, brother. How many people have you seen get killed from taking the shot alone, from taking the shot? How many nurses, doctors have actually taken it? And from your estimation, how many nurses and doctors actually got sick from the vaccine?
Well, actually, I haven't seen anyone die from it per se, but I've known people who have gotten sick, you know, just within the 24 hours from getting the shot. You know, that's just a normal side effect. Like I said, the temperature, high temperature, fevers, chills, you know, body aches. You know, it's pretty much what they're doing. You know, the shot is pretty much like having COVID. You know, they're pretty much injecting it into you. So, you know, you're going to get some symptoms, short symptoms, but, you know, you overcome it. Like I said, I haven't seen anyone die from it, nothing like that. And then when you get over it, you know, after like a day, maybe 2 days at the most, you know.
So how many people have you actually seen die from catching COVID alone, just off of COVID?
But shit, a lot of people die. You know, like I said, I work in the hospital, so I've seen, you know, a lot of people go to the morgue, and you know, it was at one point we had so many people that were dying that we even had the truck outside, you know, because it wasn't enough space in the morgue. So we had the truck and the bodies. I remember actually, you know, helping bring bodies to that frozen truck. That truck's freezing. You know what I'm saying? And them bodies is heavy. That weight is some heavy weight. That's some heavy weight. Lifting them big ass bodies, them dead bodies, ain't no joke. You know, so I seen it firsthand, you know.
Gotcha. And you know, we're not going to get political with it, but what would you say to a lot of those people who say that this whole COVID thing is a gimmick, that people are not actually dying from COVID? What would you say to these people?
Man, this shit is real. You know, it ain't no joke. It ain't no gimmick. It's real. I seen it firsthand. I'm on the front lines with it. It's real. You know, I seen the symptoms. I seen people on ventilators. You know, I seen people come in, you know, but with mild symptoms, but they test positive. You know, so you know, it's real. You know, it's definitely real.
Gotcha. So we're gonna pass it on to my man DJ Shuttle. DJ Shuttle, he actually is one of the hosts of the Direct Deposit Show. A great show. We had some of the best people from Long Island that actually blew up.
Now,
DJ Shuttle interviewing them.
Who are the other hosts?
Nah, just you. You know, you the host. My bad. My fault.
I mean, if it's some other hosts I don't know about, I want to make sure I just know who they are. That's all. You know what I'm saying? He did say one of the hosts, right?
My fault.
I
got my shows mixed up sometimes, man.
I don't want no problems.
Nah, most definitely.
But listen, I want to read a couple of things. Before I read them, I just want to say first salute to this brother right here for all the work you're doing on the front line.
Thank you, sir.
Super salute to you. To anybody that's you know been a victim to COVID, my blessings to them and to their families. And I don't mean to be insensitive, but I want to give some things to think about here. Talking about the vaccination. If you get the vaccination, can you stop wearing the mask? No. The answer that I heard is no. If you get vaccinated, are the restaurants, bars, clubs, hotels, schools, etc., gonna get back to normal? No. If I get vaccinated, will I be resistant to COVID? No, or maybe. If I get vaccinated, will I be contagious to others? The vaccine doesn't stop the transmission to others.
Right.
If I get the vaccination, how long will it last? We don't really even know. If what's the benefits of getting the vaccination? Hopefully, the virus won't kill you. Are you sure the vaccine won't injure or kill me? Government doesn't really know. So if I get vaccinated, I can protect 100% of the people that come in contact with me, right? No. So I'm trying to figure out with all of this shit, we don't eliminate the virus, doesn't prevent death, doesn't guarantee you won't get it, doesn't stop you from passing it to others. Yo, what are we really talking about? You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying before I could just say, yo, I need to get the vaccination. When I go through this line of questions and I get all of these no's and all of these unsures,
Right.
it doesn't make me feel like, yo, that's some shit I need to go do. That's kind of where I'm at with it. I'm trying to stay healthy. I'm trying to get my eat right, you know, get some sun, get some air. And I am staying away from people as much as possible. Like I'm not turning up in parties. I'm not doing the extra shit, but I'm not really trying to run to get the vaccine either. So I'm just saying, I just want to put that out there like that. You heard?
Nah, definitely. Hey, listen, everybody entitled to their own opinion about it. You know what I mean? I ain't knocking you for it because I was on the fence about it too. I mean, I ain't jumping. We got it like early December. I ain't jumping get it. I said, I'm going to hold up and wait, see what's going on. But, you know, I'm hoping, I'm going to trust medicine and trust over these doctors that it's legit.
Now, for yourself and to my nurse and doctor friends that I have that are on the front line, like I understand. It's like, how you're not going to get it. You know, you're in the medical field, you're working with people. So, I mean, I'm not, to you and to anybody else, definitely, I don't mean any offense or any harm like that, but, I just have these questions though.
A lot of people have the questions too. You know what I mean?
Right.
I had the questions too. It's normal. It ain't nothing abnormal.
I dig it.
I can definitely dig it.
So off the COVID tip though, B, the week was cool. A grinding work week for me, getting to my work bag at the corporate gig. You already know. Yesterday I went to Mook's, viewing for Mook Diamond. You know what I'm saying? I went out there to support that, and I mean, unfortunately it wasn't death, but a lot of people, they got a saying, man, when you die, the number of people that come out for your funeral is a reflection of the person that you were on this earth.
Yep.
And the cars in the street, the people out there last night, you didn't know who Mook Diamond was. The number of people showing their love last night should definitely give a reflection. And definitely want a super salute to him and his family. Going through a tough time right now. You heard?
Nah, definitely. I wanted to go so bad, man. I'm like, damn, I want to show up for the homie. He was a good dude. Yesterday, like I said, my wife's birthday. I was running around so much going on. I'm like, damn, I want to go. Now I have to go to work last night. So it was just so much going on, man. But that was my guy, man. He was a good dude. It's crazy. Like I told the story last week, how we met and everything. Me and Mook working at Mercy Hospital back in the day. And, both our names being Dave. We both born 1980. We both a day apart. He was November 27th, around November 28th, 1980. So we just connected. You know what I mean? So definitely RIP to the homie, man.
Nah, great dude. We always had progressive conversations about business, about finances, and most importantly, was always about family. You know what I'm saying? It's apropos that their thing was family first. Like that wasn't just a name. That was an absolute 100% real thing with him. I did a live mix on Instagram last week on Friday, the day after he passed, and his family, came on the check-in too while I was playing live.
Beautiful.
I recorded the mix. I got it up on the SoundCloud with it's a straight Mook Diamond,
lot of heat.
Hour and 15 minutes straight Mook Diamond tribute mix. So I'll be sure to send that link to you guys.
Definitely. I'm gonna put it up on the channel once I get it. You know, and I got this mix that you did, DJ Southern. The only thing is my audio was kind of bad on it, but the way I'm gonna mix everything up, when I came over there to film you in Central Station,
right?
I got the video for it, but the only thing is the audio was kind of off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix in stuff from the actual videos that they drop, because you put up an official EPMD mix, and that whole mix, I'm gonna put up some clips for the show and everything. It's gonna be official, man. But you definitely do your thing when it comes to representing Long Island on the music tip, man. Nah, man, I definitely applaud you for that.
Somebody got to do
it. You already know what it is. So we're gonna start this show off first with one of my favorite players, man. You know, he always get a lot of heat for the things that he says, and this is no different. So we're gonna play the clip, and we're gonna get what you guys think about this. All right?
Okay.
I love the idea, and some people that don't like it, but my thing is paying homage to the example that has been set by that man. He's 17 years old. We're drafting guys even younger now, guys that are coming out of different places, and he was the standard for our generation, and he will continue on. And I want that to be something in history that is changed forever, that our generation was part of that change. And you know, if that means that I have to lead that forward and get the conversation going, then great. But you know, I think he deserves it. I think his family deserves it. I think we deserve it, as seeing greatness personified as Mamba. And anyone that's coming into the league should know that that's the example that was set. And I'm only saying that just speaking about Kobe. I don't want to discredit any of our other historical players that have done amazing things for the league. I'm not discrediting anyone when I say that Kobe should be the logo, because we have so many examples of guys that did things on and off the floor that were leaps and bounds for us to be where we are now. So I'm just saying present day, I think it was 224. It was only a year after the memorial. And, you know, it's just a refresher that this is the guy for us. He's the guy for me. He's my mentor, more than just an inspiration. I took a lot of knowledge and wisdom from that guy, and he's always around me. And Gigi's always around me. And I know that in the women's game, we want to continue to push things forward, but in our game too, we want to set a standard and a precedent. Like this is excellence. Kobe Bryant logo. Yes, needs to happen. I don't care what anyone says. Black Kings built the league.
All right. So y'all just heard what my boy Kyrie Irving said, one of my favorite basketball players. You already know that. So Ace, we're gonna start with you, brother. What do you think about those statements? Do you think that Kyrie Irving that Kobe Bryant should be the face of the NBA now, and they should change the logo? Do you think that's true?
Well, I definitely think the logo should be changed. Jay West, he held it long enough, and he's a Hall of Famer, one of the greats. As far as it being Kobe, I'm on the fence. I always thought Jordan should get that logo. But I can understand where Kyrie Irving's coming from with the whole Kobe Bryant thing, because, you know, Kobe Bryant has new generation's ear. You know, he had their eyes, and everyone loved Kobe. My mentality, number 24. I was a big fan of Kobe. As you can see, I got him his logo. I mean, his numbers on my AirPods. You know what I mean? The 8 and 24. So, you know, I'm locked with Kobe. You know, but I wouldn't mind him getting that logo. I am totally agreeing with Kyrie. You know, I'm a big Net fan. Some things that Kyrie does pisses me off, and some things that he say can get a little suspect. But with this, I'm 100% with it. I'm all for it. Like I said, if it wouldn't be Kobe, I would go with Jordan. You know.
Now, here you. What about you? What do you think about it?
You know, I'm gonna take all of the like the weird stuff with Kyrie aside, because this guy's a little strange. You know
very.
So I'm gonna take all that to the side, and I'm just gonna act. I'm gonna just look at this statement or this position in a vacuum. I think that it's an honorable suggestion. I think that considering his relationship with Kobe, you know, he's going to be emotionally attached to it since Kobe passed. I think that when you talk about the league being global and having the impact and players getting the money that they're getting, I think that Michael Jordan is the standard.
I think it's part of my responsibility to continue.
I don't think that you don't get Kobe without the impact that Jordan had on the game.
I love it. I love the idea, and some people that don't like it. But my thing
is,
that's true. That's true. I agree. I agree.
The example.
So you know,
has been set
like for me, like if they said, "Hey, Shuttle, we're changing the logo," who you going with? I'm going with Jordan. Yeah. You know, like it's not even. To me, it's not even debatable. If they gave it to Kobe, though, I mean, I wouldn't be upset. But you know, it's definitely not my first, second, third, fourth, fifth, or seventh vote. You know what I'm saying? It'd be Jordan every single time. You know, he globalized the game.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? And like you said, I'm glad we on the same stance with this. Ain't nothing like that Jordan logo, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it.
It's I mean, the Jordan logo is so iconic. It's so iconic. Like when you see the Jordan logo, you think basketball. You don't even think the NBA. You just think basketball. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I mean, it's already the logo on the uniforms that many of the teams are already wearing anyway.
Right. Unofficially.
Yeah, so it's like the unofficial logo already as it is. So, you know, but like I said though, you know, I'm kind of, you know, I got dual fandom. I'm New York Knicks, my home team, but I also grew up a Lakers fan. So, you know, the Laker fan in me got no problem with it. You know, but you know, I don't know. He not even in my top 5. So, you know, I'm just like, yeah. Kobe's not even
all time.
He's not even. Nah, he's not in my top 5. He's not in the top 5.
Before I get my opinions, you gotta tell us who you put over Kobe in your top 5, man.
Jordan. Hello.
All right, that's Jordan. All right, that's, you know, we can't argue about that.
Yeah.
Kareem, the greatest of all time. As far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
Yo, listen. First of all, Kareem won high school championships. He won.
That don't count though, brother.
No, but I'm giving you the whole domination of his whole career.
All right.
College championships 3 in a row. Couldn't even play his first year. He played a full 4 years of college, then went to the NBA, and then still led the NBA in scoring. And his record still hasn't been broken. And all of these players that went straight to the NBA, only did one and dones, all of them players, and they still haven't caught Kareem. Has the most unstoppable shot of all time. 7 feet plus, ran the court, rebounds, block shots. Kareem is completely disrespected when they talk about the greatest of all time, in my opinion. Jordan is like, you know, I put Jordan right there, but I put Kareem like right underneath him. So I got Jordan, I got Kareem, I got Magic Johnson. Hello, Magic Johnson. Hello, hello.
Magic ain't even the best Laker, man. I ain't gonna be over Jordan, Kobe of all time.
He is the greatest Laker. Magic is the greatest Laker. Magic is the greatest Laker. Yo, listen. The whole mystique of the Lakers started with Magic Johnson and Showtime. Without Showtime, the whole vibe of what you think and know and feel the Lakers doesn't even happen. So the whole lore of Kobe coming to the Lakers and making the Lakers big, you don't even get that without Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson took an old Kareem and put him on his back and took him to the chip. What are you talking about? Rookie MVP in the finals. Come on, let's listen. Yo, listen, B. I don't know what you thought you was getting with me coming to the show.
I understand.
I don't know what you was getting with me coming to the show. Like, you know, I'm not here to be a spectator, baby.
I feel where you're coming from, but there was a great Lakers team for Showtime. The Lakers
there was no Showtime.
Back to the 60s and 70s. I'm saying there were great Lakers teams before that Showtime era. Their history dates back to the 60s and 70s.
But before Magic got there, you know who they were? They were like the Denver Broncos or the Buffalo Bills, the team that always got there, and they was never winning. They had Jerry West and Will Chamberlain. They only won one championship or whatever it was. They wasn't winning every year. They wasn't. For the players that they had, they should have been dominating.
That's true, but you realize what they was going up against out there in Boston. That team was stacked. Bill Russell and them boys.
All I know is
that's why they couldn't win.
All I know is Magic got five chips in like 11 years and went to like 8 or 9 finals. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So, and he was the go-to guy.
Right.
He was the go-to guy. Listen, to me, there's something about a player that is great and makes other players great. You understand what I'm saying? Like as great as Kobe was, I mean, when you compare, like Magic used to make players like Byron Scott and Kurt Rambis and Michael Thompson look like really good players. Michael Cooper, come on, these guys without Magic Johnson, these guys are like these guys are maybe bench players without Magic Johnson. And to me, like a guy that I mean, pass that ball, score it. The game-winning Scott Hook against the Celtics. Come on, man. Like,
that was big. That was big. I remember that.
Come on. Like, I mean, I don't know. Kobe's great. But I mean, as a guy that played the game and that played point, like, I just hold so much value to making other players better on the team. I mean, Magic, 20 points, 12 assists. You can put it in the books every season.
Nah, definitely. You see, when I look at certain things like that, I always look at it as the different time frame. So again, Shuttle, you're a little bit older than us. I didn't necessarily, after Magic got AIDS and he came back for the All-Star game, that's when I really started paying attention to Magic game. But at that time, he wasn't the same Magic.
Come on, that don't even count.
That's what I'm saying. Same thing with Jordan. 93, 94, I'm like 14 at the time. I wasn't really paying attention to the sport like that. I do remember Jordan dominating, of course. But at the same time, for me, Kobe and them was winning championships in 2008. You understand what I'm saying? Times like that. I'm 28 during that time, 2003, 2004, I'm 23, 24. That's around the times when I'm building up my my reputation of who I think the greatest is. And during that time, it was Shaq and Kobe. And then we look at the way that Kobe died. I don't look at putting someone on a logo as actually being the greatest player in the NBA. I look at it as being an iconic player. Now, Jordan is probably the most iconic player that we've ever seen in the NBA. But after Jordan, it got to be Kobe. And looking at, the fact that Jordan is still here, hopefully he doesn't die in a tragic incident like Kobe did. But looking at the way Kobe passed away, it's the same thing with Biggie. You're a hip hop DJ. So you already know Biggie's not the greatest artist of all time. You can't put him as the greatest in any category. But
he's not in my top 5.
Exactly. The way he tragically passed away. And at the time that he came out, put New York back on the map when it came to hip hop. Kobe came out there with LA. You understand what I'm saying? Him and Shaq helped put LA back on the map like that. So on those levels, I would say I agree with him being on the logo. But if we're talking about the greatest NBA players of all times, I will just say that he was the greatest in my time when I really paid attention to sports. I can't say about your time when you paid, the kids growing up now is going to be LeBron. So, that's what it is.
And I put LeBron over Kobe. I put LeBron in my top 5.
Now I did LeBron up there,
That's all you will, yeah.
LeBron's gonna be top 2 in scoring.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna be top 10 in assists. Mm-hmm. He might be top 5 in it. He might hit like 6. He might hit like 5 or 6 in assists. Right. He's gonna be probably like around 15 in rebounding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's gonna be up there.
You include the MVPs, the championships, the finals MVPs. I mean,
he's definitely up there.
Exactly. Hold on, we got somebody in the check in. Some dude named Z Saf. He asked us what time is the fight, and the fight is not today. The fight with CANELO Alvarez is happening tomorrow on the Zone. You probably check in on the Zone app probably like around 8 to get the undercards, and then probably like around 11 because it's in Miami. Probably like around 11, you'll probably get the main fight. So I hate to cut you guys off, but continue on.
Mm-hmm. No, that's it, man. So I know we was doing a little sideboard with the top 5, but I would go with Jordan, Kareem, Magic, LeBron, and who did I have as my fifth?
You don't got Isaiah on there as a point guard thing?
No, we're not talking about a starting lineup. We're just talking about the top 5. But
you know what I'm saying? You want to put him on this top 5? Top 5?
Isaiah?
Yeah.
Come on, fam. What we doing?
Nah.
What we doing?
Isaiah's a beast, man.
What we doing? What we doing? Isaiah Thomas?
But who you got on your, last 5?
Damn. Will Chamberlain.
Will. Okay, all right.
Yeah, Will Chamberlain.
Okay.
You agree with that, Liz Ace?
No, he don't agree with it. He just look tells it all.
Listen, it's not a bad top 5. It's definitely not. You got some great players in there. Kareem, Wilt, Magic, Jordan, and LeBron. You can't debate that. You definitely can't. All great players.
It definitely ain't no like how the hell they get in there. You ain't know how the hell they get in there players like Isaiah Thomas. Ain't no players like that.
Yeah, Isaiah don't deserve it.
You ain't putting Isaiah up there, man. Y'all Knicks fans. That's why y'all don't like Isaiah.
Isaiah's very underrated.
Yes, sir.
Isaiah's very underrated. I mean, you got, to me, like the little man point guard, you got Isaiah, and then you got Rod Strickland, and then you got Kyrie Irving. Little man with the ball handle that could finish at the rim.
Mm-hmm.
You want to play AI up there?
Yes and no. He's just different because he's in there. He's in there. He's definitely in there. But those 3 though, their handles are superior to like AI. He's fast and he can get past you. But damn, that Rod Strickland handle though.
Rod Strickland's a beast. He's from what? He's from Queens, right? Or no?
He's from New York.
He's from uptown.
Oh, he's from uptown. Okay, he's from Harlem.
New York.
And Kyrie is his godson.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. He told Kyrie Pops when he was Kyrie like 8 years old, like, yo, your son got a bright future. He told Kyrie Pops, like, yo, that was going to leave. You know what I mean? So Rod Strickland sort of writing on the wall. Strickland was a beast. I remember Strickland, but he couldn't stay away from the burgers back in the day, man. He ate himself out the league. You know what I'm saying?
He got big.
Yeah, he was out the league, man. He ate himself out the league playing with the Wizards. He was nice though. I like Strickland.
Yeah, he's a beast.
I mean, he's not one of the greatest point guards of all time, but he he put it down.
But little man point guards though, that the handle and finishing at the rim, it's like like to me that's a special thing. But not
he definitely finishing under the rim. Nah, of course.
Yo, his ability to finish is right up there.
I remember Rod Strickland. Somebody used to keep our eyes on back in the day. Remember Ace?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course. Played with him live back in the day, man. He was on the trouble.
Exactly. He was on his heyday was when he was on the Blazers when he left the Knicks.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're about to switch it on to the next topic. My boy Ace, I put something up very special for you, brother. Check this shit out right here. Yeah, check this out.
Okay.
Yeah. You like that? Yes, sir. All right, so now we're gonna leave it on with you, bro. We saw the reserves. What do you think about the reserves, Ace?
Listen, whenever it's all-star selection, it's very tricky. Some people gonna get in who don't deserve it. You got some people, you know what I mean, who not gonna make it that do deserve it. And for this year, we got the selection was the East All-Star reserves was Jason Tatum, James Harden, Julius Randle, Ben Simmons, Jaylen Brown, Nikola Vucevic, and Zach LaVine. All players are having stellar years. You cannot knock what Zach Randle's out there doing with the Knicks. Julius Randle's doing with the Knicks. Tatum and Brown at the shaking out for Boston. My boy Harden's up. He's starting to rebuild, actually, but that's the topic for another day. You know what I mean? James Harden should be in the starting lineup, but he made it. Ben Simmons, he's doing his thing. Zach LaVine's having a hell of a season for the Chicago Bulls. And Nikola Vucevic is having a good year for the Magic. Every year he puts up numbers. But I think Trae Young should have made the crew. There's no way, this is a slap in the face. The game is in Atlanta, and this man didn't make the team. It's in his backyard. That's like you having a party, B, and you ain't invited to your I mean, that's like a party at your crib, and your mom's gonna invite you. Or show you throw the gig, you know what I mean? And you're not in the ones and twos. That should just ain't right. You know what I mean? Damn man rude.
I always say this. Before you can say who should have been on, you can't say who should be on without saying who should be off.
Right. And that's the thing. All guys, everybody that's reserved is well deserving of it. But now, I think Trae Young should have been there. And if
now wasn't Tatum a replacement? Isn't Tatum a replacement for somebody?
No, he got selected.
Okay.
Tatum got selected. If I had to take one guy off, it would probably have to be Zach LaVine.
Zach?
Yeah, it has to be Zach LaVine. Even though he's having a hell of a year.
I mean, he's only averaging 29 points, 5 assists, and 5 points. He's only the go-to guy for the team.
Saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's only.
But look what Trae Young is doing, though.
Listen, I ain't gonna hold you. The people voted him in, so it's hard to put him in. But to me, Kyrie is probably the least deserving of everybody.
What?
Considering all the games that he missed with the fuckery disappearing.
We
can only judge what he did while he was in the league, son. You can't judge what he did, while he's not on the court. You can only judge what he's done.
If you want to go by missed games, then you got to go by Tatum. Tatum missed about 2 weeks for COVID. He missed about 2 weeks.
Tatum. Listen, now it's one thing if you have an injury, right? But I just feel like if you have some undisclosed, unclear fuckery of why you disappeared, I'm not even voting for you. Like, who are the people voting for that? But based on play, I would take Jaylen Brown off.
Gotcha. And we got somebody in the comments. My bad for cutting y'all off. And this is Ace, because he's speaking about what you were saying last week, Ace. So Blake Red is on the check-in. He said Harden over Bill. No way, not this year, Scrap.
Real Red, cut it out, man. I know this is. My man Ready Red, cut it out, God. You know what I mean? Don't talk this shit, bro. Harden deserves to be in there, man. That boy Harden's an MVP candidate. In his team,
Harden over Kyrie, right?
No, Harden over Bill. The top backcourt should be Brooklyn backcourt.
Brad over the leading scorer in the NBA?
Yeah. He's the leading scorer in the league on a shitty team. He got one of the best in the league.
Hey, he's not responsible for the shitty players on his team.
Listen, the Brooklyn backcourt should have been the starting backcourt, man. Flat out. Star power.
Yo, didn't Bill get snubbed last year, not making the All-Star team?
Nah, he made it. He made it last year. He didn't start, but he made it. It's not the first appearance. He made it last year. As a matter of fact, he might have got snubbed. Matter of fact.
Yeah, this is like a makeup. This is like a makeup.
Bradley Bill.
Come on, Bradley Bill. Bradley Bill got to start, man.
I'm going with Brooklyn, man. My boys, man. The next starting backward should have been in there. You know what I mean? I think so.
I mean, if Kyrie wouldn't have missed all of them games, then I would have been like, yeah, no question. But yo, I don't know. I got a hard time just players disappearing like that. Kyrie's just a bit bizarre. He's just a bit bizarre for me.
He is. And listen, like I said, I'm a Heat fan. Everyone knows that. His antics do piss me off at times. But you can't deny what that man does. When he lace him up, put the shorts on, got the headband on with that nappy fro, that man coming to ball, man. He coming to ball every game. He don't take no nights off. No nights.
But I gotta agree with you though. Trey Young, the game was in ATL. You gotta have an ambassador. You gotta have an ambassador that's as good of a player as he is.
Now you have to. He should be in there,
But,
man. Like you said, either Brown, Tatum, or Levine shouldn't be there. One of those three. One of those guards shouldn't be there.
hey,
I don't like the. I don't.
You could take Ben
like
Simmons off.
But Randall doing the thing, so
you could take Ben Simmons off.
You know, you could, but you know his team is #1 in the East. He having a solid season.
Yeah, they got him. And B's already on the star lineup though.
That's true.
Now, yeah, Ben Simmons out of there. Trey Young in there. That's my final answer.
Trey Young a beast. Y'all seen the highlights I put up with Trey Young?
Oh, yo,
I'm gonna show them joints again, man.
I hate that little motherfucker, man.
You said you hate him?
Yeah,
because he killed Kyrie one day, right?
I can't stand him. Yeah, oh my God, yo. He been his A game against the Nets, yo.
Yeah, hell yeah. Look at him. You know what he remind me of, Ace? He remind my boy Jared. Remember Jared we grew up with?
Yeah, I remember Jared. Yeah.
He remind me of Jared. They kind of got similar games, man.
He damn sure do. No, I remember. You're right. I agree. He remind me of Jared. That boy, the truth, man. Look what he's doing. There's no reason, no way in hell why this man's not an All-Star game in his own backyard. That shit ain't right, man.
Right. Look at
that. Is dead wrong.
Yeah, I watch him a lot, man. I definitely like him. He got one of the best games in the league, and you know his signature move, right?
What?
When he throw it through the dual legs.
He good for that.
He do it to everybody, man. You know what I mean? As a ball player, you know that's slapping you in your face. That's like a bat flip. When you flip the bat when you playing baseball, you understand? After you hit a home run.
Yeah,
that's a slap in the face.
Let me ask you this, Shuttle. I know you're a big Knicks fan, man. You know, how do you feel about that? About Julius Randle getting the nod?
I think that he earned it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that he earned it. I think that he absolutely earned it, and you know they got it right. You know, I'm happy for him after all of the backlash that a lot of people in New York were giving him last year because he had a subpar coach,
right?
Subpar players around him, and he wasn't deserving of the shit he was dealing with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, and he showed you this year what the management thought. It's like, yo, you have some good coaches, and this guy can ball out, man. There's no reason why he shouldn't be doing these numbers. And you know, salute to him for coming back this year a lot better and doing his thing.
Listen, he came back in good condition. He's not going for that shit. Thibodeau will bench your ass in a minute. He playing defense. He had the balling. You know, he averaging 25. He's the walking double, and he getting about 6 assists a game. So Julius Randle definitely deserved it. He was the last thing that made it was Kristaps Porzingis. The last one made before that was Carmelo Anthony. So I definitely screw my hat to Julius Randle. But when he's in that game, I don't want to see all that spinning shit when he's playing in the game. Leave that shit in the garden. I don't want to see all that spin cycle shit. You come to ball, man.
Yeah, the spin move is happening. He gonna be in the cycle. He gonna be in the blender.
I want to see that spin cycle, Shadow. I don't want to see it.
Nah, he definitely a beast. I recognized him from his last year on the Lakers. If you remember, I used to follow the Lakers that year, and he was dominating. You know, Julius Randle. You had Brandon Ingram out there. You also had Ball. Them cats was putting up stats. Kuzma. All them cats was doing their things, huh? You know what I mean? So I follow everybody from that Laker team. You know, and you already know my team right now is the Pelicans, and they got 2 people from that Laker team. Right. You know what I mean? So and they added on my boy. What's my man name? Dunking on everybody.
Zion. All right. So since you bring that up, that's a nice little transition to segue. The Western All-Stars reserves. You talking about your boy Zion and the Pelicans and everything. And, you know, we spoke earlier, and you feel that Brandon Ingram got snubbed.
I was just thinking the same thing.
But I personally think Brandon Ingram is one of the best players in the league, kid.
Definitely over Chris Paul. Brandon Ingram over Chris Paul is what I was thinking.
Now, he go to West Reserve. In the West, we got Chris Paul, Zion Williamson, Paul George having a hell of a season, Rudy Gobert. He's solid. Donovan Mitchell, Dame Lillard, and Anthony Davis. You saying Chris Paul should be on? He got Phoenix balling, man. Phoenix number 3. What they about number 3 and number 4 in the West? Look at him, they're gonna be that good. So to say Chris Paul don't deserve it, I don't know, Shuttle.
I'm not. It's not a smear campaign against Chris Paul. It's more. It's more of a bigging up and saluting Brandon Ingram.
Right.
And you have Devin Booker, a representative from the Suns, who's balling out, and you already got him on the team. So it's not like you don't want to recognize the Suns at all. I mean, you could keep Paul and drop Booker if we feel that's strong about Chris Paul, but Brandon Ingram
actually
tough,
Booker didn't make it at first.
Mm-hmm.
Booker didn't make it at first. He got snubbed also too. He's taking Anthony Davis' spot as an injured reserve. So now Booker got the nod, because it was a big hoopla this week that Booker should have made it. LeBron left a comment. Just like Devin Booker didn't make it. They obviously, actually the coaches chose Chris Paul over Devin Booker. I was kind of on the fence about that too. Like I'm like Booker balling out, he should have made the team, but now he got the nod because Anthony Davis is not going to play. So I think that Booker's definitely deserved to get that reserve spot, the injury reserve spot. Being that Anthony Davis not playing.
You gotta remember though, CP3 is, he's on the on the union committee and all that shit. So he's always in the offices with the teams and the management. You know what I'm saying? So he's moving in different situations. And so he's gonna get the nod. He's gonna get the nod because of things like that. If you ask me now, I mean, you should already know I'm a conspiracy theorist. So
okay.
So
So let me ask you, y'all criteria. Let me ask you this. Y'all the All-Star thing. Should it go by your play? Should it go by how your team is doing? Because it seems like New Orleans is penalized because the team is at the bottom in the Western Conference. And they seem like they pretty much looked out for teams who have upper echelon teams. Like the Clippers got 2 players. Utah got 2 players. The Lakers got 2 players. These are upper echelon teams that was winning with 2 players. And you got a team like New Orleans who's on the bottom here with 1 player, but we all know Brandon Ingram. You can make a strong case that he should have been an All-Star this year. So, what do you think? How do you think this criteria is being critiqued?
Well, I mean, listen. When I'm looking at the standings right now, right, and I'm going from the bottom up. Timberwolves, maybe Cat over Gobert, maybe Cat over Gobert, right?
He missed too much time.
Okay, so there's nobody else.
Here, but this year he missed too much time.
Nobody else on the Timberwolves. Rockets, nobody. Sacramento Kings. You might take a look at Fox.
You could have met but no, not talking about go back to the Rockets. You could have made a case for Christian Wood, but he got injured. But he's been injured like the past 3 weeks, so but scratch him now.
He's not going in the front court spot over Zion. He's not going over those guys.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Gobert's the defensive player of the year. Oklahoma City, they don't got nobody. So you get up to 11.
SGA, you don't think?
I mean, he's not going over Chris Paul. He's not going over Booker. He's not going over Dillard. He's not going over Luka. He's not going over Mitchell. He's not even in those conversations.
Right.
And it's not because his team.
I agree.
It's not because his team is bad. It's just he ain't there. So then the next up is the Pelicans. They got players. Mavs got players. Now the Grizzlies are ninth, and they got nobody. Ja Morant, he missed too many games, so he couldn't even be considered.
Ja Morant?
He missed too many games. He missed like half games already. Denver Nuggets.
Okay.
I mean, they got Jokic. Warriors, they got representation. Spurs are 6. They got nobody, but that's like the Patriots. You know what I'm saying? They just a good team. No star players. Blazers, they got Lillard, Phoenix Suns.
Do you think DeRozan should have made it?
Who?
You think DeRozan should have made it from the Spurs? DeMar DeRozan.
No way.
Colin
Yeah,
Field.
good season.
No way.
Huh?
No way. He made it a couple of seasons. He didn't deserve to make it in the East.
Come on.
He been overrated. He been overrated for years. I'm happy the Knicks didn't make no stupid trade to try to get him. I was hearing those talks like, no, please, no. Overrated. Overrated.
Who are the Knicks better than DeMar DeRozan?
I didn't say that there's people that are better than him on the Knicks per se. It's just that to get him, what you would have to give up. They probably have to end up giving up a first round pick or some shit like that. And then the salary he's making it doesn't. Yeah, I mean, between the salary and what you got to give up, it don't make dollars or cents. So
okay,
I mean, so we went through the bottom of the league, and it seemed like nobody really deserving on those teams. That's probably why they at the bottom.
Right.
Right.
Word. So now I think the league usually picks the best players. Like in the East, the Magic, they ain't going to the playoffs. They 13th seed in the East, but their center got a backup spot.
Right.
Washington is 12th. Mm-hmm. They Bradley Beal's on the squad because they picking the best players.
Nobody from the Heat made it. No Jimmy Butler, no Bam Adebayo.
Yo, they both missed a lot of games. That's why their record is what their record is. Now that the players are healthy, you're gonna see the Heat are gonna make a surge, and they're gonna distance themselves. They're gonna be back in that top 3, top 4 conversation easily. You know, you got to remember the Heat played all the way to the end last year. Yeah, I mean, they played to the championship game. It was a real short off season. So, you know, they're letting the players kind of get back a little slow and get their rest, get healthy. And then after the All-Star game, you know, they'll be probably a little bit more committed to the schedule.
Right.
Charlotte Hornets is the 8th seed, but they ain't had nobody that deserved to be there. Definitely not. I'm glad Kyle Lowry's not there. I'm tired of seeing him in All-Star games.
I like Kyle Lowry. I only like him when he's not playing against one of my teams. I like that dude. You know, he like, he's gonna get fouls. He's gonna go to the line. He's gonna do all the stuff that you hate to see an opponent do.
Yo, he's one of them guys that if he's playing on your team, cool. But if he's playing against you,
you hate him, yo.
Right?
Yeah, it's like like too much flopping and talking shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sit your little ass down.
He a bugaboo though, but he do his thing though. You can't hate on him. He got game, yo.
Being a Net fan, man, face him up 4 times a year, I can't stand that little motherfucker, man. I can't stand his ass, yo. Especially when he played him in the playoffs for 2 years.
He's strong, man.
But like you said, very strong, very strong. You know, you can make an argument for Van Fleet on the Raptors.
I don't like the way Van Fleet look, man. He a beast, but I just don't like the way he look and the way he plays, huh? I don't like his style on the court.
Yo, Van Bleep. I'll be honest. I haven't been watching the Raptors as much this year, so I can't even say I'm familiar too much.
He be pulling up. He be doing all types of stuff, man. Van Fleet, he plays. He do his thing.
He do his thing.
I'm not a fan.
He definitely stepped up, man.
He do his thing. He do his
20 points, 6.7 assists. Okay. He having a solid
year. What about
year.
Jeremy Green out there with the Pistons and Malcolm Brogdon with the Pacers?
Undercover right there.
Pacers are nice. Yeah. I watched that game, man. They play good ball, man. They definitely play good ball. And they got Sabonis.
They definitely do.
I don't want to get off of Van Bleep. I don't want to get off of Van Bleep too quick. He's shooting 40.6 from the field. That's horrible.
That ain't too bad though.
You know what? It's crazy, man. I see you snorting that Van Fleet, man. Shut up. I see you snorting that Van Fleet. I think it's personal. I think you're a Knicks fan. I think you mad he ain't signed the Knicks in the offseason, and now you feel a certain kind of way, B.
I'm in the Knicks chat group on Facebook, and I'm telling these guys all off season, hell no, do not get this guy on the team.
You're big scared. You step up.
Yo, let me tell you something.
Nah, he's solid, man. He's solid. That boy can play.
If you're Toronto and you drafted him and you had him on your team all these years, cool. But free agency, 20+ million, hell no.
Nah, I feel you on that.
I'll take quickly with the 25th. I'll take quickly with the 25th pick, and he'll be my Van Vliet.
Gotcha.
Are you telling me you don't think what Van Vliet is now in his 5th year? You don't think in 5 years quickly's going to be averaging 16, 17, 18 points a game, 6 assists, shooting 30? He's gonna basically be doing what Van Vliet was doing, and you just use a 25th pick for him versus paying this guy 20+ million.
I feel you. You're looking at it differently, definitely.
And also too, I'm looking at it like, if you would have brought him into this team, that would have killed your cap. That would have been part of your cap being killed for the next couple of years. Now you still got that money freed up because you just did these 1-year deals with Alec Burke and Bullock and all these guys, and Van Vliet, he's not the leader of the team. See, that's the difference. He had Kawhi on the team, Kyle Lowry on the team. Siakam is really kind of like the go-to guy. So if he goes to New York, he gets this big contract. He got to come here and be the savior and shit. Those are exactly the type of players that come to New York and flop. Situations like that.
Yeah. Now, we've seen this song dance before.
Too many times.
In New York. We've never seen it. I think Van Fleet is nice, though. But like I said, we've seen it before. I'm not even going to lie. We've seen this song dance before. Chris Childs, Allen Houston, cats like that. Dudes next time in the season. Nah, I understand where I feel you.
Yo, hold on, fam. Allen Houston sent the Miami Heat home in the playoffs. Game 5, hit him with the fist pump. I can't let you sit here and talk crazy about Allen Houston. He missed a lot of games. He missed a lot of games.
Shut. He stole a lot of.
He missed a lot of games. He took a lot of money.
Couldn't stay on the court.
But when he came to the playoffs though, 1999, was you there? San Antonio Spurs took him to the chip.
That one
with
time.
The AC.
I was a fan back then. I know.
AC to the championship.
I was a fan. In the Speedwell. Our backcourt was dangerous. He was just too small for the Spurs. I remember. I was there.
No Ewing.
There, man.
No Ewing. No Ewing.
Yeah, no Ewing. We were too small. We was too small. But they could. Speedwell and Houston. Him and Speedwell, they destroyed the Spurs backcourt, but Duncan and Robinson was too much for them.
It was definitely.
Oh man.
Jeremy Grant, what you think?
I was he's a nice piece when he's a nice complimentary piece, but like for me to give 20+ million for somebody to come in here and lock in for 4 years, man, for 20+ million for 4 years at that rate, I was on the fence with that. You know what I'm saying? I liked him, but I was on the fence. You know what I'm saying? But like if you could have told me Grant.
Okay.
Now, but if you would have told me that Randall was going to be balling out like this, I would have felt better about it, because if you would have had Grant, that small forward, on this team with Randall balling out like this, and RJ at shooting guard, then the Knicks might have 2, 3, 4, 5 more wins right now.
That's true, but B know how I feel. He know I ain't sold on RJ.
I feel about RJ, so I ain't gonna argue with you.
RJ.
Why you don't like RJ, Ace?
B know I'm not sold on RJ. You know I'm not sold on RJ.
It's a long list of reasons not to like him.
A lot.
I'm gonna listen to your reasons, and I'm gonna add on.
Yeah, why y'all don't like RJ?
I'm not sold on him, man.
Talk to me.
Let me tell you something, man.
Yeah.
High IQ. He got the size, but the talent, He's not that. He's good, but he's not that talented. He's not number 3. He's not number 3 worthy. You know what I'm saying? When you think of number 3, you think of a franchise-changing player. He's not a franchise-changing player. When you and I told you before, when you watch the Knicks play, at the end of the game, the box score, he may have 22 wins, but it's a quiet 22. He don't leave his mark on the game. You know, it's crazy. It's bad. It's too bad that he came in the league the same year as Zion and Morant. Because them dudes, you watch them two dudes play, you know they're on the court. You know John Morant's on the court. You know Zion's on the court. You don't. RJ, he goes to stretch of the game, but you don't see him. He disappears. His jump shot not like that. He only goes left. He got the size, which you can't see. He has a high IQ. I give him that. But talent-wise, he's not that dude. Yo, go get me 25. And you know this man on the court. You know, he don't leave his mark on the court when you see him playing. It's like I said, when you drop 20, the quiet 25. RJ had 25. But it was quiet. He didn't leave, you know, boom, boom, boom. When you saw T-Mac play, you see LeBron play, you saw Kobe play, you know they're on the court. Chris Paul, they're leaving their mark on the court. I don't get that from RJ, man. I don't see it. I do not see it.
I gotta tell you, man, it's, you know what's scary? What's so scary is that RJ Barrett, right? Where did he play? Duke, right? And who, and then now who's his coach? Tibbs. You know who this guy reminds me of that played at Duke and had Coach Tibbs?
Who?
Luol Deng.
Who?
Yo, this guy is Luol Deng.
Oh,
cut it out.
Deng was solid.
Yo, this guy is Luol Deng. This guy is Luol Deng. And
I got my screen.
And let me explain. Now, I say that with all due respect to Luol Deng because he was not a bad player. He was definitely the type of player you want on your team. Unsmart, unselfish, does the dirty work, does what you ask for, doesn't do too much, but he's, you know, he's like, you know, it's like Anderson Varejao with a little bit of skill. It's like a 6-man player. It's like RJ Barrett is like the ideal 6-man.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And let me tell you this.
And that's not bad.
Let me tell you this.
And not for number 3 pick. Sorry.
Exactly. And let me tell you this. You say, dang, you're giving him too much credit. I'm gonna give you another Duke player who you remind me of. Not the lefty.
Don't say Corey Maggette.
Player.
No, not Shane Battier.
You're gonna say Maggette. Don't say Maggette.
No.
Who?
No. I see Rodney. That's who I see when I see RJ.
Rodney Hood.
Rodney Hood.
Wow.
Nah, he's
I'm gonna tell y'all something, man.
Giving him too much credit.
Nah.
Too much credit. Dang was nice.
AJ Barrett is another Anthony Hardaway, son. All right? And I'm gonna tell you. Anthony Hardaway.
Who? You talking about the only Anthony Hardaway I know is Penny.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about.
You talking about Penny when he played with the Knicks? When he played with the Knicks, right now when he played with the Magic.
I'm playing about any penny, any level of penny that y'all talking about.
Man, that Suffolk County water must be doing something to you, B.
That's the Suffolk County water.
Are you kidding me?
We about to shut your mic off, man. We got to shut the mic off.
Are you kidding me?
Y'all ain't gonna shut my mic off, man. Y'all can't. And I'm gonna tell you why, man. Check this out. Check it.
Are you kidding me? Penny Hardaway was actually athletic.
And you don't think RJ Barrett is athletic?
Hell no. RJ Barrett is he's a robotic cyborg.
Y'all crazy.
Yo, he has no fluidity.
Yes,
he has no fluidity. Nope. He runs. It's like he's running in sand. You know what I'm saying? He's not quick off his feet. He's not quick laterally. He don't got handle. Come on, Penny had a handle.
Nope.
You bugging, son. I'm gonna tell y'all something. All right, y'all seen the game that. Let me ask y'all this though. Okay, Duke had who they had. Y'all already know what they had. They had Cam Reddish, who is a beast right now, who's gonna be a beast. Y'all been watching Cam Reddish?
Yeah,
I would have took Reddish over RJ.
I would if they would have took Reddish over RJ, the Knicks would be in better shape right now.
Y'all wilding. But all right, let's talk about this. So they have Reddish, Cam Reddish.
They would.
They also had my boy Zion, right? Guess who Coach K gave the ball to when they needed a basket?
Yeah,
Guess who's rated higher than Zion coming out of high school?
Yo, there was a guy rated higher than LeBron their junior season. How'd that shit work out?
Nah, I get it. But my point is this.
Exactly.
When
That doesn't mean nothing, man.
Levels of growth, RJ got the highest level of growth when it comes to all of them. The only thing that's stopping him right now, I think, is that he's a slow learner. He's improving from his rookie year on to now. They taking minutes away from him. If y'all notice.
Yeah, because the players are playing better than him.
Well, no, it's not that they playing better than him. It's just the role that they didn't find a role for RJ yet. Sometimes they had him controlling the rock, bringing the rock up. Other times they had him playing the 2 guard. They don't have no role for this guy yet.
Right, because he doesn't have definable skill. He doesn't have a definable skill. He doesn't have a great handle. He doesn't have a great handle. He's not great at passing.
Nope.
He's not great at shooting. Okay, he's not above average at anything.
Yes,
He's above average at working hard and hustling and probably rebounding.
In his brain.
Rebounding, but I'm talking about actual skill. He's average or below average on all of the important skills.
No, he's not.
Except rebound.
He's way above average.
He is.
Transition, he's one of the best transition players that you're gonna get.
That's not a skill. That's not a skill though. Skills are dribbling, shooting,
and he got hands. He got. Who can get to the line better than RJ Barrett?
He got handle. What handle?
Come on, son. Why he get fouled so much?
I don't know RJ Barrett. You watching? You
Why
probably
RJ
when
get
you play in
fouled
high
so
school.
much?
Not the RJ Barrett now.
On the Knicks.
Why does he get fouled so much if he don't got no handle, when he don't got no speed and he can't get to the basket? He get fouled a lot.
He gets it's 2 things. First of all, quickly gets to the line more efficient than anybody on the Knicks. Quickly is number 1. Number 2, why he gets to the line? Yo, you never play ball with like some players. You try to play defense on them, and they just got awkward, kind of wild, crazy moves, and you be fouling them, and you be like, yo, damn, why they fouling him so much? Yo, nigga, his moves are so wild and awkward, you don't know what the fuck he's doing, and so you just end up bumping into him and shit. It's crazy. Yo, he has no handle. He has no move to get to the hoop. He can only go to the left. He can't go to the right.
He don't. He
got more moves. He got more moves than my boy, than Zion.
Hell no.
Zion ain't got no moves, son.
Nah.
Zion do the same damn move.
They on 2 different levels, man. They on 2 different levels.
Yo, I'd rather have a guy that has the same 2 moves that shoots 60% for the field with those moves than a guy with no moves that's shooting 40% from the field. 32% from 3-point range, and for all of that getting to the foul line,
exactly.
For all that getting to the foul line, he's all the way up now to 73%.
Exactly, 73%, and he averaging what? How much he averaging this year?
How many points?
Yes, about 17, right?
16.
16 with limited play. 16
limited play.
That's 20 points right there, son. If he ain't free throws, that's 20 points right there. How many assists? Wait, 20 points, how many assists?
No, not 20 points, 16 points.
Now I'm saying if he hit free throws, that'd be like 20 points. And how many assists?
Well, he's averaging 2.9 assists a game.
And how many rebounds?
6 rebounds.
All right. That's solid.
But that's what I said. Rebounding is the only thing that he's doing that's above average right now.
Listen, man.
He's playing 33 minutes a game. Don't give me limited minutes. He starts and he plays 33 minutes a game. That's one day. He's up there. He's up there for minutes in the league.
I would trade his out. If I could.
Yo,
I would trade him if I could.
If that Bradley Beal trade could happen,
y'all take Bradley Beal. Go ahead.
If you got to trade RJ Barrett in the Bradley Beal deal, you got to get that done.
What year was that when Bradley Beal had missed them threes? What year was that when he missed them threes?
What threes?
He missed some threes, and I think I forgot who they was playing. Oh man, was it Cleveland? and they just went cold.
Oh, you talk about in the playoffs?
Yes,
I remember.
you got what it was.
I remember. Listen,
and I can't get over that, man.
Let me tell you something. I know what you're getting at, but at least we saw the skill set from Bradley Beal year 2, 3, 4 in the league. I don't see that same skill set from RJ. I don't see it. I know it takes people time to develop, but RJ's
second year, bro,
not there, man. It ain't there. Not there.
Second year.
Yo, listen. Son is damn near built like Anthony Mason.
How old is
RJ? He's damn near built like Anthony Mason. Yo,
how old is he? He like 21, man. I don't think he might not even be 21 yet.
He's 21. He young. He might be 20.
He turns 21 this year.
And this is what I'm saying. Give that man some time, man.
Yo, listen, I'm all for it. It's just that, like, listen, you gotta treat this like stocks, man. You gotta get in low and get out high. Like, what you don't want to do is you don't want to let his stock go down and him not turn into the
exactly.
Like, he doesn't look like a cornerstone franchise player. He looks like a complimentary player on a great team.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so, but we'll see.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
6 man.
Yo, I'll be honest with you. Like, yo, if I gotta keep one player over Quickly or RJ, I would keep Quickly over RJ right now.
But we shall see.
Nah, we definitely will see. I mean, I feel like the team won't trade him because he's a good kid. You know, he's great with the press and like he checks off all of the other boxes. But
that don't make you money and don't get you wins. So New York, we're about money and we're about wins. They ain't gonna keep you for that.
He just looks like. Listen, I played the game. I coached the game. You know what I'm saying? He just don't look like a person that will ever have superior form or handle.
Right.
He'll never have it.
Right.
I agree.
Well, that remains to be seen. I ain't gonna sit back here and go back and forth with you guys. We gotta get on with the next topic. And since we talking about superior form and we speaking about all that stuff, I'm gonna show y'all the guy who Canelo Alvarez is fighting tomorrow. And this is some of this guy's highlights, man. And let me know what y'all think about it. All right?
Okay.
Check this guy out. That's who we fighting tomorrow.
I can't see anything.
You can't see nothing? You see it, Ace?
Nah, it's RJ Barrett on the screen.
All right, you see it?
It's solid.
He's trying to bounce, man.
Low block.
Yes, sir. You see this guy?
I see him.
Yeah, all right, I'm gonna stop it, man. And we're gonna show y'all some of Canelo out. It's Canelo out like
Alvarez with a 24 punches landed, plus the power. So he continues to get the better of Cintrone, and he's gotten the best of him totally as this comes to a sudden end. One of those judgment calls
10 years ago.
Three.
that's Canelo right there.
Hector Afu simply decided that Cintrone was taking too much.
I don't think they're all that close, Brian. I think Gennady has really asserted himself with that jab and landed a cleaner shot.
You already know my boy gives you for the gym.
I've got clearly for Golovkin. And judges are concentrating through the the entire round. That was a huge right hand by Canelo Alvarez there. Pushed Gennady Golovkin's head right back. That's the biggest punch of the fight.
The hands up.
He's smiling. He's aware of what's happening. You don't smile when you hit like that. Yeah, there's not much he can do. That was a headshot. Down he goes to the body, and that should do it. It's over. That is it. It's over.
The new WBA super middleweight champion of the world.
Body blow.
Jalisco, Mexico, Saul Canelo. All right, family seems pretty happy, and we go into round 7, the second half of this fight.
That's my boy.
Underway.
And Jacobs right there. No, that's Lara.
130 knockout.
Lara B.
Austin Trout, 26 and 14.
What's
There's a
Trout?
big right hand that drops Trout. We talked about the momentum of the uppercut in round 6. And a big breakthrough for Canelo.
This Trout is an animal. Not he ain't no bum.
Right hand that hurt Trout and may have taken some of the spring out of his legs, but it didn't take it out of his heart.
No, the first.
Angulo, Alfredo Angulo. All right, man. So we about to talk about this real quick. Y'all know Canelo Alvarez. Some people say he the face of boxing right now. It's to be
he's definitely the face of his own.
Huh? What you say, Ace?
I say he definitely faced to the zone.
Well, yeah, he definitely
faced to the zone.
Well, right now we got two big boxing people. You got Anthony Joshua, and you also got my boy Canelo Alvarez. Anthony Joshua is probably one of the biggest people that you can see overseas. My boy Canelo, probably one of the biggest people you're gonna see in North America. But we gotta realize there's not too many big American boxers out there. You understand what I'm saying? So when we talk about America, we speaking about out there in like Mexico, Hispanic countries, South America, Central America, and places like that. In North America, there's really no face of boxing. You understand what I'm saying? You can't walk into your major barbershop like you could do back when Mayweather was boxing and be like, who Floyd Mayweather, and everybody tell you who Mayweather is. You can't go into the hood and be like, who Canelo Alvarez, and cats, and most people not gonna be able to tell you exactly who Canelo was or who Canelo is. So, there's always going to be a dispute of who the face of boxing is. You understand what I'm saying? But at the same time, my pound for pound number one boxer is Canelo Alvarez. This just for me, who I feel is the number one pound for pound boxer. I can understand where people come from where they dislike Canelo. Okay. Right? He is the golden boy right now. Canelo's one of those people that you're going to have to knock out or completely dominate in order to get a decision against. He's like the coach's kid. A lot of times the coach's kid gonna be the starting pitcher, gonna be the starting point guard. They're gonna get, the starting quarterback. That's who Canelo Alvarez. That's the position that he normally gets. However, Canelo is one of those people who deserves all the accolades that he gets. He got one of the best resumes in boxing right now. He moved up 3 to 4 weight classes, fighting the best at each weight class. Of course, like with anybody, you could come up with names that he dodged or people that he didn't fight. But when we look at people that he did fight, they actually got better records and they're more proven than the people that they say that he's trying to dodge. So online, I get a lot of flack when I tell them that my favorite fighter is Canelo Alvarez. People kill me over that. And I'm not going to go into every reason why they should or have a valid reason for hating Canelo. I told y'all about, the judges liking him. He also had a couple of questionable decisions. He had a questionable decision against Trout, who he just knocked down. He had a questionable decision against Lara. He had 2 questionable decisions against Triple G. My boy, Mayweather, one of the judges actually gave him a draw against Mayweather. And we all saw that Mayweather dominated this man. So, it was wild. Then we look at the accusations of the fact that he was taking steroids. And I'll look at that. He failed the drug test, right? But what he fell for was clenbuterol. And clenbuterol is a drug out there in Mexico and also China. But it's a big thing. So what a lot of people don't understand is that, you know, when we think of Jamaican sprinters, when we talk about Jamaican track team, and we talk about Jamaican sprinters, they're some of the best in the world, right? But they failed tests for clenbuterol. And the reason why they said they failed the test is because they were in China and they ate tainted meat. And when they ate the meat that was that had clenbuterol in it, they tested for low levels of clenbuterol in their bloodstream. And the same thing happened to Canelo Alvarez. You also had
allegedly.
What you say? Allegedly, exactly. You also had NFL players who had similar things happen to them. They went to Mexico. One of the NFL players, he gave you receipts of all the meat. He had burgers and tacos at like a street vendor spot out there in Mexico. And they outruled it. They was like, you know what? You got it from tainted meat. So Canelo Alvarez, it came up in his bloodstream, but it was just small levels. And he was saying that he got it from tainted meat that he ate in Mexico, right? Shuddy shaking his head. So, all right, you know, it could be either way, of course. You know, these guys, what's my man name? The bike runner. He had similar situations too. What's his name? You know what I'm talking about.
Armstrong.
The dude who used to ride the bikes.
Armstrong.
Yeah, he had similar situations. So, you know, you got microdose and you got all of that stuff. So I'm not going to say that Canelo wasn't doping, but he took a test in his hair. So they took his hair and he's a blonde. You understand what I'm saying? It's funny. He's from Mexico, but he got red hair. And with the test, what happens is they ran tests and found out that clenbuterol won't stick to blonde hair, red hair, the same way that it would stick to people who got kinky hair like African Americans, right? So he took the follicle test for his hair and he passed. There was none of the drug in his hair, right? Okay. So I look at that and I did a whole thing on this thing. I did a whole video and I did this shit for the boxing community. Not too many people in the boxing community watched it, but you know, I put so many hours into it. My girl's about to leave me. She's like, yo, B, motherfucker, all you talking about is clenbuterol. What about me?
I remember.
You know what I'm saying? So I was putting all my time researching this clenbuterol stuff just to put out a video, and not many YouTubers in the boxing community watched it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I took it off, man. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to take it down because, you know, I'm getting the reputation in this boxing community that I really don't want to get. I stand for the truth, but that's not here. I took it down. But the results of that whole test was that either they caught Canelo Alvarez, like, you know, in his, you know, like in his routine. So, like, let's say clenbuterol is a drug that you got to take in cycles. So you take it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, stop Thursday, Friday, and then do it Saturday, Sunday, like that. You understand what I'm saying? The only way it wouldn't have got into his hairs is if they caught him in his first couple of days doing it. And then he stopped. That's the only way it wouldn't appear in his hair. So I took it like it's a possibility that, you know, he's trying to cheat, and they caught him early, or there's a possibility that it was just tainted meat. And me being a Canelo Alvarez fan, I took it as, you know, it's just tainted meat. I think it was just tainted meat, son.
Okay.
Honestly, I really think it was just tainted meat. You know what I mean? So I can understand when people say that he failed the drug test and they don't like him for that. So I will definitely understand that. Me, I did the research on it, and I felt, you know, that he didn't do anything. So now he got some people call a gift decision against Triple G in the first fight. I think it could have been a draw. I think it could have gone anyway. I wouldn't have beef with people if they say that Triple G won the fight. The second fight happened, and he won the decision where some people say he lost, some people say it was a draw, some people say he won. Me, I think that the first fight probably was a draw, and I think he won the second fight. You know, the same way the official the judges had it. So I can definitely understand where all the hate come from when it comes to Canelo Alvarez. You understand what I'm saying? I am not no fanboy when I'm going to be like, I can't understand where it come from. I understand it 24/7. But when we look at what Canelo has done in this sport, check it. look where he started off. You know, he started off at 154, 157, around there.
Right.
He moved up to 175 to light heavyweight. He knocked out Kovalev, son. Knocked Kovalev out. You understand what I'm saying? Now, Kovalev wasn't the best at 175, but he was a belt holder. So Canelo, in his last about maybe 4 or 5 fights, he fought 4 champions. They may not have been the best champions in the weight classes, but he did fight 4 champions. And this is something that nobody else is doing. All right? He went to 168 and he took a belt. Now, he has 2 belts right now at 168. He got the WBA and the WBC. In order to be undisputed, you got to have all 4 belts. The fight that he's fighting tomorrow is against his mandatory. So that means that the people who gave him the belt, they say, this is who you have to fight. If you don't fight this person, then we're going to strip the belt away from you.
Mandatory.
So, a mandatory. So he's fighting his mandatory tomorrow. After that, in May, he's fighting an IBF champion, Celeb Plant. So no, I'm sorry, WBO champion, Billy Joe Saunders. So this is in already, May? In May, yeah. Because Cinco de Mayo, you already know that's Independence Day out there in in Mexico. So if you want to fight and you're a Mexican fighter, you want to fight on the Independent Mexican Day. You know, that's gonna get you millions of fights. And this lets you know how bad Mayweather was. Because Mayweather wasn't a Mexican. Mayweather's a black guy, but he reserved May 5th weekend to fight because he was the man out there in Vegas. This guy actually got his date to get thrown in prison pushed back so that he could fight. And they was like, it made the city too much money. So we need this guy to be out of prison for the 5th weekend, for May 5th weekend, so that he can bring money to the city. And then we're going to throw him in jail after that. That's money right there.
Big. That's Money Mayweather.
And that's why he calls himself Money Mayweather. So, speaking of that, he went through so much stuff, Canelo.
I mean, I don't know, man. You know, he got the resume. He's done the different weight classes. He's like the De La Hoya of 2021. You know, I mean, you gotta respect it so you get punched in the mouth. That's all.
Right.
I mean, he's a heavy favorite on this fight.
Yes, sir. Very heavy.
He's a heavy favorite in this fight. So I mean, you trying to make a few dollars though. You know, you're gonna go against them.
Yep.
You're trying to make a few dollars.
Y'all still know I put up with that guy. He's slow. He ain't got no power. He's not gonna beat Canelo. But what I want to talk about Canelo is his next fights, because you already have a fight signed up for May 5th. That weekend, he's fighting Billy Joe Saunders.
That's a quick turnaround.
Huh?
Right?
Yeah. But if you realize, he fought last year in November too. So he's trying to have 3 fights within about 7-8 months. You know, so he's fighting for the WBO championship. He's fighting Billy Joe Saunders. And then if he beat Billy Joe, he'd be fighting for Caleb Plant, who got the last belt. And he's at the IBF. He got the IBF belt. There's going to be some foolishness because you already know that Caleb Plant is signed with the PBC. And the PBC is with Al Heyman. And I'm going to bring in my boy Shuttle on this. And also was into promoting for music.
Right.
And Beyonce's father did business with him. Beyonce sued him. And he also put together, what's that girl's name? Whitney Houston, her first tour. Al Heyman.
In the 80s.
Exactly. So he used to put together music tours, but then he moved to boxing. And he made Mayweather the star that Mayweather is. And he put together a whole bunch of boxing. He got his promotion company, and they signed with PBC. So now the dude who got the last belt at the IBF is Caleb Plant, and he signed with them. And a lot of people say that Al Heyman will not give up the belt unless people sign with him. for long-term contracts. And Canelo is at the level where he's not signing for no long-term contracts. He's getting $25, $30 million fight. If they can't give him that, he's walking away from it.
With the zone.
And you got people.
I see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ace, what you about to say? I think got disconnected. What you say, Ace?
I'm back.
Yeah.
Nah. I see he's with the zone. He has a nice contract with the zone.
Oh, beautiful.
He gets, like you said, he gets 25 to 30 million per fight. You know, so he's definitely, you know, he is the face of boxing right now, like you said. So I wholeheartedly agree with that. You know, he's coming in with a record of 54-1-2. That's amazing. That only loss came to we don't know who. That one there.
Yes,
you
sir.
know what I mean? So I think he's gonna go in tomorrow and handle business tomorrow and get this cat, man. Your dream. I think he handle business tomorrow.
Yeah, I told y'all Gilgim is slow. Yeah. You know, he don't got as much brains, and he was one of Canelo Alvarez's sparring partners.
Let me ask both of y'all this. I'm gonna ask both of y'all the question. Y'all fill the blank in. All right, since y'all too big on the boxing. Canelo Alvarez wins this fight if you first.
If he's Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez wins this fight being Canelo Alvarez. What that means is being smart, being sharp, and actually studying his opponent. If he don't do that, he won't win. But Canelo Alvarez win this fight being Canelo Alvarez. What you say, Sheldon?
Sheldon, what you say?
He's a heavy favorite for a reason. You know, I mean, he's got over 50 fights under his belt. He got everybody wanting him to win already as it is. You know, he's the type of guy that you can't beat in a decision. You got to knock him out.
Mm-hmm.
And A, you don't knock out Mexican fighters easy. B, this guy don't lose, let alone get knocked out. So, right. I mean, that alone is reasons why this guy is like a 40-1 underdog. And I mean, he's a respectable fighter, but you know, Alvarez is there's a reason why he's the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in boxing right now.
Facts.
Okay. Now my next question is: we all know that Alvarez is the heavy favorite, and you know we don't see too many. We see knockdowns. We don't see too many TKOs like that. If this fight happens to be a knockout for Canelo to win, it happens in round. You be.
No. I'm not gonna give you exact round. But I'm gonna tell you later on in the fight. I see. Matter of fact, fuck it. I'm gonna go out on a limb, and if I'm right, you know, y'all gonna rock with me. I say the 6th or 7th round, Canelo's gonna knock this guy out. Number 1, he's slow. Number 2, he don't got good defense. Number 3, Canelo Alvarez power at 168 is not what it was in the lower weight classes. So it's gonna take a little bit of time, and usually Canelo's gonna get a knockout, but people get on their back foot and run. I don't think that Yildirim has the skill to do that. And I think Canelo gets him around the 6th or 7th round, man. Knockout 6th or 7th round. Or Yildirim's corner gonna stop it. What you think, Sheldon?
Yeah. I can see a TKO by the 6th round.
Facts.
6th round? Okay. I mean, I said this. You know, like I just said, you know, Alvarez is the heavy favorite. But you know, upsets do happen. Yildirim wins this fight if he be you first.
Well, it's not gonna be number 1, if Yildirim is not scared to fight Canelo Alvarez, he is gonna increase his chances of getting a knockout. Check it. Nobody in boxing is you know, infallible. They all could be knocked out. Canelo Alvarez likes to exchange punches also. If Yildirim could get him to exchange punches and he lands something good, he can get that knockout, bro. We've seen a lot of knockouts so far this year. And Canelo is not, you know, Canelo makes a lot of mistakes too. He's not Mayweather, son. He get hit hood. He get hit flesh. You know?
Okay.
He got a great jaw, but he gets hit in flesh. This is a new weight class, 168. They hitting harder than, in 160. You know, they ain't hard than 154. So you gotta be easy. What you think, Sheldon?
Sheldon, what you say?
All I know is I was with my boys and I was brought to tears in 1991 when I seen Buster Douglas beat Mike Tyson. So, and most recently, there's no way I thought Fury would win this fight.
Wow.
So when I see these things happen, I'm always open to any possibilities. So for this guy to win, I mean, he's a bigger guy. He's a little more slow foot.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a decent punch. He's strong.
Yeah.
He gotta preserve his energy. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be smart with his energy and don't let himself get tired out too fast.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like if you got a little of that Muhammad Ali rope a dope shit where, you know, you could take some hits on the arm and
you don't though.
Take some hits on the, you know, put your head up and take some hits, you know, and you know, if he could take some body shot like that body shot Canelo put that guy on the floor with, you know what I'm saying? He ain't quite Bernard Hopkins body blow, but he mean with his body blow. You know what I'm saying? Be hop on the body blows. But if he could take a few body blows, preserve his energy and mix it up and then step back, you know, try to win some rounds like Sugar Ray, win him in the last 20 seconds. You know, you gotta be smart in a fight like this.
Okay. Let me now we know judges can be real iffy when it come down to judging these fights. Sometimes they're in favor of you, sometimes they're not, but sometimes they right down the middle. The chances of us seeing the draw tomorrow night is
0 to none. You ain't beating, like GJ Shuttle said, you're not beating Canelo Alvarez on the cards.
Okay.
Canelo got got everybody
beat him on the cards.
He did, but you gotta realize Mayweather dominated. He didn't just beat him, he dominated him. And then they still had a judge that scored the draw.
Okay.
And that was shady.
Exactly. So this is my point. You're not gonna beat Canelo Alvarez on the cards. You gotta really knock him down, and beat him up. That's not gonna
I mean, there's certain unspoken rules in sports, and when it comes to boxing, you have to beat the champion.
Right.
You this is not like it's not like two undercards where shit's gonna be fair. All right.
Fast cow Shuttle over everybody, not by just a little, by a lot.
I mean, he's the go-to guy.
Exactly.
He's not gonna go down. He's not gonna go down on a questionable decision. You know what I'm saying? That you're gonna have to knock him down a couple of times. Get some clear 10-8 rounds to win a draw, and that don't really seem very, very likely to me.
Okay. Now, keeping it boxing, you know, I'm talking about I'm a Canelo on them, the big fight tomorrow. But we got some real hot, juicy news today about the boxing community, about a fight that possibly might be going down, a fight that everybody wants to see. The heavyweight fight. We need this fight bad. With Joshua and Fury. I mean, Joshua and your man, what's his name?
Fury?
Not Ruiz.
Yeah.
Deontay Wilder.
Now with Fury. I know it was Fury.
Okay, you're talking about AJ and
you heard his ass once.
Yeah. Wait. We're talking about Fury and AJ? Anthony Joshua, you're talking about Fury and Wilder?
Yeah, and Joshua.
Okay, all right. Yeah. This will be the first time they fought.
Right. I saw the news earlier. The news dropped earlier.
Yeah. Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury.
Right.
Could
They're
happen.
saying that this fight might go down. What do y'all see happening in this next fight?
All right, I'll go first. Check this out, bro. I would love that fight. Now, and this is what I was telling y'all about when I was talking about the biggest boxer in the game. There's no fight that Canelo Alvarez will have that's bigger than, you know, the AJ versus Tyson Fury fight.
Right.
We talking about heavyweights. We talking about people like, okay, Shuttle is tall. You understand what I'm saying? Shuttle taller than us. Shuttle could probably look in his mind and think that, you know what? Fuck Mayweather. He weighed 140 pounds, 47 pounds. I'll beat his ass on his arm. You know what I mean? I probably could beat his ass if we doing the street fight.
Right.
I ain't thinking that.
But Shuttle, you know, realistic. But you got a lot of people who don't think that. You understand what I'm saying? You got a lot of these 23, 24-year-olds that's 6'6", 6'5", you know, 270-something pounds in their 20s, they think they could beat a motherfucker like Mayweather, who was only like, 5'4", 5'7", 5'8", so out height. But when you got people like Tyson Fury, who damn near 7 feet.
Nah, he's like a legit 6'7", 6'8", right?
Exactly. You got AJ, who's 6'6", 6'5", and close to 300 pounds, full of muscle. When we talk about the baddest people in the world, we talk about these are the baddest people in the world. So,
right,
what I mean? Whoever win these fights, these people have the impression that they could beat the whole world up. You know what I'm saying? So whoever wins that fight, I feel they got the distinction of the baddest man in the world. We look at someone who y'all may even call soft, like Muhammad Ali. You know how tall Muhammad Ali was?
He's about 6'3", right? 6'4".
Exactly.
Yeah.
He told the average person you see on the streets.
Right.
And he weighed over 200 pounds. Right. Muhammad Ali will whip the average, the above average person on the streets. Mayweather being 5'6", 5'7", we taller than Mayweather, Ace. And we 5'8", 5'8" and a half.
Right. Yeah.
You're not gonna get too many people that think that, of the other echelon that Mayweather could beat them. But this is a fight for the baddest person on the earth. You know what I mean? I think that's what distinguishes it.
Well, I mean, there was a time we always said that the heavyweight championship was for that title. You know what I'm saying? If you're the heavyweight champ, you the bad man on the planet. So, yeah, I mean, everything else is cool, featherweights, and all that other shit. But you the super heavyweight, 225 and all that. I mean, it ain't nothing to talk about.
Right.
I mean, this fucking Fury, this guy Fury looks like some shit out of a movie.
He's so fucking goofy.
He look like the Russian dude from Rocky.
Exactly, and he's so fucking goofy. Huh?
Well, he put the beats in your boy, man. He put the beats in your boy, Deontay.
Nah, he broke the beats off Deontay, but I ain't gonna lie, I felt bad watching that shit. I was like, damn son, I was like, the press conferences was great. You had a great lead into the match, but damn.
All right, and I got an online personality where people think I hate Wilder. You know what I mean? Just because I didn't buy into, all of this glove gate bullshit that they talking. But Ace, no. We went to a Deontay Wilder fight. I already was representing Deontay Wilder prior to all of this other stuff that we put online. And let the people know how I felt about Wilder, Ace.
Nah, you're the big fan of Wilder. You're the big advocate of the dude. You thought he's the best pound for pound. And but it didn't happen against Fury. You were the big Wilder fan, and at that fight, you was up at that fight. You know what I'm saying? You was in. I thought you was in the corner. You was in the moving acting, man. You know what I'm saying? But he won that fight. We was there. That night we went to that fight. He won. He beat a second round knockout, first round knockout, right?
Second round. Yep.
Wasn't the first round knockout? Yeah, something like that.
First round. You got
it. Before it started.
Yep.
But will he bounce back? You know what I mean?
Listen,
what's going to be his comeback story?
I hope he bounced back. Boxing is definitely more exciting with Deontay Wilder up in it. I like his fans. I like all of them people. You know what I mean? So I definitely want him to bounce back. But like I said, I got a representation online or represent. I don't even know. I'm fucking up the word, man. But they think I hate Wilder for some reason. They definitely think I hate Wilder. And we got some people that we actually interviewed on our show. And they some of should I mention his name or shouldn't I? Should I know or no?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So we got Blue Blood. You know what I mean? Who we interviewed on here. This guy's one of the biggest Deontay Wilder fans. And I think that some people in the boxing community don't mess with me because I ain't messing with Deontay Wilder the same way that they messing with him. And you remember that dude who I wearing up in on?
I remember.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, at the fight.
And remember exactly our conversation, right? What you remember what I was saying?
I remember sometimes you said, I know y'all was going at it. Yeah. I don't remember word for word, but I remember it got heated in that hallway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying? And you know, it is what it is. You know, I ain't gonna go back in on that. You know, but them guys don't like me, man. You know?
Hey, listen, I mean, you know, at least he got some diehard fans out here. That's cool. Hopefully he come back because you know, that man was good for the sport. But it ain't easy.
Let me ask you, Shudder, do you think he will ever get that clap back that he had before?
It's never the same after you get beat. It's not. I mean, and it's one thing. It's one thing if you lose like a draw or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Because then you can still talk your shit. But now, I mean, like, yo, Fury beat him like he was his son. You know what I'm saying? Like he got a real spanking. You know what I'm saying? And then when you include all the shit he talked, and then the spanking, and now he's pretty much been MIA since then. It's like, at least with Ali, you know what I'm saying? Ali would lose, but yo, Ali still be talking. You know what I'm saying? So he still carried he still carried his, you know, his persona and all of that, and he could maintain himself in the public, and he had a confidence that he would come back regardless. It don't, I mean, I'm not saying he can't and he won't, but you know, I'm not getting the vibe based on his lack of you know, being in the public that he'll ever be the same guy again.
Right, because I mean, he was a very public figure, very theatrical. You know what I mean? His presence was known whenever he was in the room. You know what I'm saying? So, and he's been kind of like MIA ever since he got that ass whipped. So you know, I don't know about this whole Joshua Fury thing. Who do y'all give the edge to?
Fury.
All right. So, you know, I'm going to answer that in two separate questions. The first one that you said, if Deontay Wilder could come back. I think Deontay Wilder can come back. I think he just got to leave those excuses alone and just go back to doing exactly what he was doing. You know, he was knocking people out. Go back to just knocking people out. His power is something where I don't think a lot of people could deal with. I think there's only two people that could deal with his power.
Do you think he's bigger than the sport?
No, never.
You think I'm not talking about? Do you think that he thought that he was bigger than the sport?
Yeah, I think he had fans that before that, you know, making him feel certain ways that wasn't good. You know, they was calling him his king, and he's answering them as his king. And you know, being a man, and you know, I would never call any other man my king. You know, my father gave birth to me, and I'm not gonna call my father my king. But you had Deontay Wilder fans calling him their king. And he's answering them from a king standpoint. So, you know, he kind of, you know, built into that. So, you know, in boxing, everybody could get beat, and he got beat. If he stopped putting the blame on everybody else and just accept the fact that there are things that he got to improve on as a boxer, then I think he can come back on it.
Yeah, you know? I mean, you said it before. There's two people that can take some of that heat that he's delivering. And once you deal with that, you gotta come back with a different game plan other than just having a hard right. You know what I'm saying? You gotta he gotta come back with better defense. First and foremost, because he has no defense. So it's like, all right, you gotta find a way to get hit a little bit less. How about that? You know what I'm saying? And then you gotta find a way to incorporate a little bit of a jab. Like you don't gotta be Larry Holmes with it, but you know, you're gonna have to have some kind of jab to keep yourself from getting hit and keep some distance between you and them punches.
All right. Now I agree 100%. And the only way that he could get off of that is if he accept the consequences and be like, you know what? There was corners that I cut. There's things that I need to do to get better, and that's what I'm gonna do to get better. So unless he comes to that point in his life, he's not gonna get no better, and you know he's gonna get knocked out again. But the biggest fight right now in boxing is Tyson Fury against Anthony Joshua. You know, and I think as of right now, I don't know who's gonna win this fight. I think that either one of them could land big punches on each other. I think AJ got the advantage when it comes to power. I think that Tyson Fury has the advantage when it comes to movement and also strategy. So far, it looks as if Tyson Fury got into this boy's head, Anthony Joshua's head, and I honestly want to see AJ win. You understand what I'm saying? I want AJ to win because I want to see AJ versus Wilder. That's a fight I definitely want to see. So I want AJ to win this fight. If Tyson Fury wins this fight, I'm afraid he might retire, and we won't see anything else. You understand what I'm saying? So I want AJ to get this fight. Huh?
I said he retire undefeated.
Exactly. He's gonna retire, go home, take all the belts, and all the other belts is up for grabs after that. But I want AJ to beat this guy. I like AJ over Tyson Fury, and we'll see. And then after that fight, I definitely want to see AJ versus Wilder.
But if he does retire, then there's nobody else for Joshua to fight. He ended up fighting Wilder anyway.
Who's that?
Yeah.
He will, but AJ. He will, but then the belts basically retire with Fury.
But what we saw with Fury and Wilder, do we actually really think Joshua has a chance to beat Fury?
Yeah,
not me.
I think so.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Of course, I mean when you're that big, you land the right punch, the right momentum. A man could go down, but if Fury has the same focus and drive that he had against Wilder in that last fight, I mean, if Fury's on his A game, he won't lose.
I mean, maybe because we never saw him lose. He's undefeated, so you may have a point with that. However, we gotta look at it. AJ is no Deontay Wilder. AJ is much more fundamentally sound than Deontay Wilder. He got better defense than Deontay Wilder. His punch may not be as strong as Wilder, but he got all the other intangibles. You feel me? He knocked out Klitschko. You understand?
How old is the big boy too?
Fury was old. Klitschko was older, but at the same time, Fury barely landed punches on Klitschko. He won the fight basically technically. He didn't really do too much to, separate himself. Klitschko just basically couldn't land on him, and he stayed away from him. Joshua got a different game plan. Joshua gonna make it to a point where he gonna land on you, and you gonna have to land on him. And now
Joshua didn't look too good in that fight that Ellie to be.
No, he didn't, but he did look good. Again, you talking about my man where he lost against the Mexican dude.
Yeah,
he didn't, but he was looking good because he dropped him before Andrew Ruiz. He dropped Andrew Ruiz before Andrew Ruiz dropped him, but he got too excited and Ruiz came through and dropped him. You understand what I'm saying? Once you make that mistake, you don't make those same mistakes again. He came back and dominated Andrew Ruiz.
Okay.
You feel me? So AJ is somebody that we seeing that got two different styles of fighting. He can outbox you. He can outbomb you. He can do a whole bunch of stuff. I think Fury is technically, on the technical level, better than all these other heavyweights, but he's going to have to find something to keep AJ off of him. He's not just going to outbox AJ. AJ is going to be the type to come up there and throw bombs at him and try to land some hard punches.
Fury is just huge, though. You know what I'm saying? This guy is he's a monstrosity.
Yeah,
it's like chopping a tree. You know what I'm saying? And like if he's in any kind of decent shape and is on his A game, focused to win this fight, I just don't see him. I mean, I don't see him losing it in the ring if he comes prepared to get in the ring.
Yeah, well, we gotta see. It's definitely gonna be a good fight. If they make, if they make it to this level, hopefully they will. That's the biggest fight in boxing right now.
In my mind, I was like, I was already preparing for the Wilder Joshua fight.
Me too.
Wilder, AJ fight. So, and I was like, damn, Wilder's gonna destroy this guy, AJ. You know what I'm saying? more than I thought he would destroy Fury. I was worried about Fury more, but I felt like Wilder would beat Joshua. So, I mean, I don't know if that makes any sense, but you know, if Fury's gonna be Wilder, I'm like, well, how is Joshua gonna be Fury? How's like in the scientific formula, it's not adding up.
But, you know, in boxing, they say styles make fights, kid. And the triangle theory don't work. So styles make fights. You understand what I'm saying? So we look at somebody like Tyson Fury. We look at someone like Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder has a jaw where he could take a punch, but at the same time, he's not too technical. So someone like Fury, who's very technical and also unorthodox, he's gonna fare better against someone like that dude Wilder. But then when you got someone like AJ, who's also technical, who also got power, who also got speed, who also got a little bit of footwork, it's going to be a little bit difficult for him to do the same type of things with him. So, we don't know. But then we look at AJ, and AJ seemed like he don't have the same jaw that Tyson Fury had. So now we got to ask ourselves, if we put AJ in there with Deontay Wilder, Ace, wake up, brother. If we put him in there with Deontay Wilder, if Deontay Wilder land on AJ, will AJ be able to take the same type of punch that Fury took? You know what I mean? So that's what makes boxing so ill. You understand what I'm saying? And so difficult to try to judge. We don't know. We don't know.
I just hope they lock the fight in.
Yeah, me too, man. I definitely hope we see that.
So, but I'm gonna be tapped into Canelo tomorrow, though.
Yeah, you already know, man. I'm gonna send you that link for my DAZN account so we can get up here next week and talk about the fight. Hopefully, Canelo wins, and we get closer to that undisputed, where one person has all 4 belts. That's a beautiful thing, So we definitely gonna get into that, man.
Of course.
And I think that this ends our episode. Before we get up out of here, Ace, let the people know where they can get you at.
You already know I'm on the gram, man. Ace Boogie 80. You know what I mean? Holla at me. I'm there. Chop it up. Follow. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. What about you, Shuttle?
Yeah. I mean, all my social media handles is all DJ Shuttle NYC. Tomorrow I'll be live at Central Station. Doing a the usual Saturday live session from the store. Central Station T-shirt parlor in Baldwin, Long Island. And I won't be on my page though. I'm going to be on I Am Strong Island page. And so every week we doing a different theme. And tomorrow's theme is break beats and samples. So I'm gonna be playing the samples from all your favorite hip hop records.
Facts. Oh man, you gotta send me that link, bro. I want to be there for that.
Yo, them shows be official. I be tapping in, and when I get a chance, I tap in. I be seeing them like, I'm like when I'm listening to, man. You know what I mean? I appreciate the shout out when I tap in too. Good looking.
Already know. Yeah. So tomorrow we live at 1:00. We got that shaking up, and yeah. I mean, everybody tap in tomorrow, man. We're gonna be, taking you through a ride through a little history.
Facts.
Right. You gotta know where you're going. You gotta know where you came from before you know where you're going. You know what I mean?
My homies told me that a long time ago. That's LONS, Lisa Nusco all day. Future without a past. You heard? You know what I'm saying? You can't have a future without a past. You know what I mean?
That's a fact. And next week, man, we're gonna be up again next Friday. We're gonna talk about the ALLSTAR game because it's going down next Sunday. So we're gonna preview it. We're gonna talk about our favorite ALLSTAR moments from back in the day. We're gonna preview the dunk contest, who's in it. We're gonna talk about our best dunk contest moments. So tap in next week, man. We here. And we still we're gonna talk about the fight that went down last Saturday. I mean, it's going down tomorrow. So there's a lot going on next Friday, man. Tune in for the turn up.
Yes, sir. You already know it's the livest. Yeah.
Man, Ace.